Kicking off Checked In 2021. Today we have very exciting guests in studio. Today we've got Lerato and Lerato from the YMCA with us. But before we get there, we'll just give Lerato and Lerato an opportunity just to send a shout out to the listeners out there.
Thank you, Shawan, and thank you for inviting us. Hi to everyone, the listeners. It's good to be here. I hope I will give a good interview.
Hi guys, hi everyone listening from home. Hi Shawan. This is Lerato. I'd like to send a shout out to everyone out there who knows me. Lerato, Faki, hi family, hi friends.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, and like I said, we're kicking off the Checked-In show for 2021. We have two very dynamic ladies with us in studio today. We're going to listen to their stories and they're going to tell us a little bit more about themselves. Before we get there, we'll just ask Lerato just to tell us a little bit more about herself. Over to you, Lerato.
Sure. Where do I start? Lerato is an individual from Pretoria. Born and bred there. I had a long journey. I studied in Pretoria, studied in KZN, came to PE, worked in different sectors, but more than that, I'm a very, I'd say, bubbly person. I'm very open person. Believe that a smile can take you a long way, and it warms everybody's heart, even if somebody's going through a bad time. When you give them a smile, they you make their day, and they don't have to go through whatever they're going through. You make them forget. So and having empathy, especially at this time of in the times that we're in, kindness is what we all need to have, and if we do that on each and every person, then we will have a better place.
Awesome. Lerato, let's hear your story.
Okay, as I've said, I'm Lerato, born and bred in PE. I'm still in PE, working here. I'm a graduate, and I'm a young lady who's a Jesus fanatic. And I love to serve, so I'm a people's person who's just ready to serve God's people.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Lerato, take us a little bit through your journey, your educational, your work history. We see from your bio that was posted on our Facebook page that there's so much, but take us a little bit through that.
Like I said, that I was born in Pretoria, and I'm the youngest in my family. I have two sisters, and I don't know to say unfortunately or fortunately, my parents passed away when I was 12. So that, it's something that did not deter me in life, but it made me be the woman that I am today. Went through my high school, and I was very fortunate to have people that looked after me, that had the best interest of me and wanted to see me succeed and be, the person that I am. And yeah, I went to my high school, finished, did my high school in Pretoria, and moved to the UKZN to study optometry.
Wow.
And finished, graduated, worked in KZN, and then I opened my first practice in Pietermaritzburg in 2002. Worked there, but when you're at school, they don't tell you what the real world is about.
Yeah.
And once you get in there, you get to see that it's not as glamorous as you thought it is. and it's not really what you expected. And that's when the light bulb comes on and say, geez, what did I do? How did I get here? And then I closed that practice because it did not work as much as I wanted to. I moved to, that's when I had an opportunity to move to PE. But before I had my first practice in Pietermaritzburg, I was employed and worked with my mentor, socio, and he's the man who really taught me about optometry and you know, how to run it and everything. So moving to PE, I moved in 2005, and I was very fortunate to have an opportunity to be a franchisee with Specsavers, which I ran for 10 years. And thereafter, you know, sometimes when you do something over and over again, you get to a point where you feel I need change. And me being me with my personality and always wanting to learn and don't want to be restricted in some way, I always want to learn something new and do something new. I started working on my exit plan, and I went back to school. I went back to the business school. I did my BTech in business administration. And I must tell you, that was very difficult for me. Imagine coming from the health science environment into the accounting world, where you've never done any accounting, you've never seen it. They tell you about financial management, you're like, wow, what is that? And but I did it. You know, they always say that, my aunt used to tell me, the lady who brought me up, she always told me that perseverance is the mother of success. And if you want something, you really work towards that goal. And I persevered. And sure, when people will look at me today and think that it was easy, but I can tell you that that management accounting, when I have done all my modules in BTech and passed them with no hassle, but management accounting, I had to write it like 4 times. And every time my results will come, I will be in tears. But I will wake up the next day and said, you know what? I can't give up. I have to get it. It's been such a long journey, and I have achieved my worst fears. I just need to get this handled. And eventually I got it. I paused, and that made me want to do more. And I then enrolled to do MBA, which I did and finished. And I'm not finished. I'm now busy with the final leg of it, of my research, which I'm hoping to complete in the next month or so. In the end of Feb, March, I want to complete and do everything, because I'm always close to completion. And once that is done, then that will be the end of that chapter, and look forward to doing something more. And being me, I think I will look for something else that is going to challenge me, something that I would do. No, not now. It has been a tough journey, and I must say, you know, it's true that the things that we go through, they mold you to be the person that you are, and or the person that you become, rather. So. You know, it's not like my life has been smooth. It has so many challenges, you know, to a point where you wake up the next day and do not know how you're going to get through the day. But all these things that happen, it's learning curves, and they make you wiser. You know, we should not ask for life to be easy, but, you know, when things are tough, those are the lessons you learn, and you gain wisdom. So I am grateful. I would not wish anyone to go through the challenges, but I'm grateful for the challenges that I have went through, because I am the woman that I am today because of that. Awesome.
So these challenges molds you into the person that you are today. Wow. There's some hair-raising moments in here already. Lerato, you said earlier that you were a graduate. What did you study?
I studied HR. I'm an HR graduate.
Awesome,
Yes.
awesome. Okay, and how's that journey been?
Yeah, hey, it hasn't been easy. I remember getting off high school, my last year, if I may share, I
Sure.
fell pregnant, and the following year, I had to give birth to my baby girl. So my parents told me that, okay, I'm going to take a gap year, raise the child. I'm not going to immediately apply for tertiary. So I took that gap year, and then the following year, 2012, then I started applying to tertiary. Then I started my studies with the Human Resource Management qualification. And I won't lie, it wasn't that easy. As Lerato said, that challenges that we go through in life mold us to the people that we are today.
Definitely.
So sometimes things that do happen in our lives, the ones that we cannot comprehend or understand why me, why now, sometimes we should know that even the scripture says that all things work out for the good for those who trust in the Lord. So as she has said that she's grateful for the challenges, so am I, because here I am today. I didn't give up, even through the challenges I faced. Here I am, I'm a graduate, I'm working, making my own money. I'm proud of the woman that I'm becoming. So yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that. So yes, we have somebody greeting you there, Lerato, Sammy Imbella. She says, hello, Lerato and Lerato,
Sammy.
and much love from Sammy there on Facebook. So yeah, guys, keep your comments coming in. Feel free to share comments, or if there's questions that you have, feel free to ask the questions on our live feed on Facebook. So today we are going to speak a little bit about the YMCA. What a dynamic and wonderful organization. But we've got the CEO with us here today of the Nelson Mandela Bay YMCA, Lerato Lebopo. Tell us a little bit about the YMCA.
The YMCA is a non-profit organization, an organization that empowers young people through leadership. It's a national, continental, and international organization. It is huge. In South Africa, national office is in KZN in Durban, and we have about 16 branches. And it's growing and it's gaining strength year in, year out. So there's different programs that we do with young people, and with the challenges that young people go through, we try to always find a way to empower them and to make them sustainable. If you look at what is happening today with the high unemployment rate and kids dropping out of school with crime, somebody has to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be there to tell them that it is okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that when you do not have that college degree or that matric or university degrees, you are a lost soul.
Yeah.
You are not. There are so many ways that one can make a living, and so many ways that one can be be the best version of
Yeah.
who you are, and in different ways. So that's where, as a youth organization, we come in and to say to them that yes, we make mistakes in life, and we fall, but the most important thing is we should not stay on the ground. You need to always be in a position to stand up and say, today is a new day, I'm starting over and I'm
Yes.
moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. And where's the organization based?
We are based in Parkside. In PE, we only have one branch at 70 Aubrey Street in Parkside. And our our YMCA is in 3 departments. I'll call them departments. We have a backpacker accommodation, and that is our main income stream generation. And you can understand now with COVID and restrictions and everything else that has been happening, it came to a standstill where you could not make a cent. But amazingly, we still open. You see so many NPOs closing, and every time you wake up, you're always asking yourself that, is it going to be me? But we managed to keep our doors open, and I think it's because of the support that I get and my staff get from our board members, and their humility, that and their strategic thinking, that we are where we are today. And apart from the backpacker accommodation, we have a preschool. Preschool is at Njoli Road, KwaZulu. We host about 60 children. From the ages of 2 to 5, and it has been there for many years, to a point where some of the parents that are there, they went to the preschool, and today they're bringing in their own kids. That's amazing. It's heartwarming to hear that and to see that. So it's been so beneficial to the area, to be able to give the little ones that foundation of preschool and get them ready for school. Even with COVID, we had challenges. We closed, schools closed. The challenges that the kids went through and the fears that parents had with taking kids to preschool or schools. So we're taking one step at a time. And then the main thing of the YMCA, then it's the youth program aspect of it. Because the YMCA, it's not about accommodation, it's not about all these frills that we have, but it's about youth development and youth empowerment, which is the core of it. And we take pride in that, because you see the transformation that and the impact that we have on the young people that we work with. It is amazing. I mean, when you started with the kids at the beginning of the year and you look at them in November, it brings you to tears to see how they have changed, the people that they have become, and how they carry themselves, as opposed to when they got here, they didn't care, they will swear at you, they didn't even think that somebody existed. But now, the level of respect that they have, and the most important thing is knowing who they are. So that's that. So it's under programs, we have Y Justice. We have Y Justice is youth justice, but because we are the YMCA, all our programs, it's a Y something. So it's Y Justice, Y Zone, Y Arts, Y Fitness. So some of the YMCAs, they have Y Fitness, which is gyms. They have people going there for gyms, and they pay a subscription on a monthly basis, and that becomes their income stream. And with us, then we have Y Justice and Y Zone. And Y Justice, for us, I think it is our pride. It's a program that we saw that it will benefit the youth in the area that we are in. It deals with youth at risk and those that are in conflict with the law. And when I say youth at risk, you find that they get recruited by gangs. They resort to crime and they end up in jail. So we're trying to prevent that. So where we come in is we are between the jail part and so we don't want them to go to jail. We say no, that's not the right part, but we bring you back to say that there is more to life than what it is around you. So we try and build that resilience in the young ones. Our youth are faced with so many challenges. They come from families that are, I would say, unstable. Families that are single parent-headed. Some of them, they grow up with grandmothers. Some of them, at a young age, they become parents themselves, looking after their siblings. Some of them grow up without fathers, and obviously then there's a gap. That child might feel neglected, and in order for them to feel accepted, they tend to join the wrong crowds. And that's where then the Y Justice come on and say, no, come to the YMCA. We will create the safe space for you. You do not have to go out there. We create a safe space. We use the methodology of the power space, where we engage with them through activities. We create self-awareness so we can build character. They can know who they are. They can have that self knowing that I am who I am. I don't have to be somebody else, and I am good enough. And we link them to, we also do skills development training. Once we see that now they understand who they are and where they want to go, then we do skills development training, where we train them in different vocational skills. It can be hospitality, it can be they can be taking online courses or whatever that, or arts or dance or whatever that they want to do, that one feels I am comfortable, and this is, this actually, it unearths talent. And some of them, they didn't even know that they had that talent. And once we finish with that and they've mastered that, then we link them to opportunities and say, okay, fine, this is what you have. Now we have partners with Raymond Mhlaba Skills Development. We can have partners with the hospitality industry, where we say, we have these young people, you can now link them to opportunities in terms of getting work, and not even work, they can be mentors, they can be volunteers and give back to their own YMCA. They can even be board members, because that is empowering them through leadership. Be board members and be the strategic thinkers of their own organization. And when you have young people in the board, we sometimes as adults make decisions for young people in our own understanding, but we miss the point that we sometimes don't know what they're going through. And they have to make decisions based on what is happening today. But we try and want to make decisions based on our old thinking and not based on what is going on now. And that then creates a gap between the older generation and the young people. And you find that, you know, the older ones will think that these young people, they don't listen, they becoming delinquent, and the young people will say, but yeah, we feel neglected, we feel sidelined, we don't want, but we have to bridge that gap.
Yes.
And we both have to understand that there's such a responsibility, you know, between the two parties. Everybody needs to play their part in order to bridge that gap. Young people, you cannot expect things to be given on a silver platter because you are entitled to have it. You have to show some respect and work for it and show that you want this, be hungry to do this. And then that older person will say, okay, it's fine, I will take you under my wing, and then we can do this and mold you to be that person that you are supposed to be. And in that way, then we'll be able to close that gap, and we will see more young leaders. We'll see more young people coming up and taking over and flourishing in leadership. And, you know, one thing that I must say with this is we have this notion of taking titles as leadership. And the title doesn't mean leadership. You can be a leader while you are doing something different, and not even not even a title next to your name, but because you're taking charge and you are taking the responsibility and you're guiding someone and you're leading, that for me it is a leader. Whether you are a group of young people and you become the guiding factor in that group, you are a leader. And by doing so, then everything else will fall into place. Everything else will come naturally.
Automatically.
But we should not be in a position to demand it and say that, no, I can't, if I can't get this, then I'm going to doi and do that. And then, you know, it really doesn't take us anywhere. So, and that is youth justice and Y Zone. We have after school classes, homework classes, where the kids from school, they can come to the YMCA to do their homework. We have volunteers and facilitators like Lerato, who would help them to do homework and do other activities. And now we're starting with a program called TIP. It's an economic program that teaches them entrepreneurship. With the high rate of unemployment, you want young people to do their own thing. So as young as they are, but we have to instill that mindset of entrepreneurship, that you can do things on your own. So that's what we are doing, and to channeling them into that direction, that you should not settle to be employed, but you should be the driver of your own thing
business,
and create employment. And be able to do something for your own families and becoming active citizens in your own communities.
Wow. That's brilliant. I just wanted to read some comments here. Pumza says, "Hey Lele, much love from your sister Pumza. So proud of you, baby."
Oh, that's my big sis.
You need to be able to be in a position to say, "Today is the day." And then she says, "Thanks, Rato." Wow, that's brilliant, Lerato. That's amazing. I'm sure the listeners have been so intrigued by this conversation. You know, you touched on a lot of aspects of youth development, youth empowerment, entrepreneurship, all of those things that is so needed in our community, and even the aspect of that gap between the older generation and the now generation. And that's so important that we bridge that gap. And the YMCA is doing exactly that. And we are so proud to be having you guys with us here today. Lerato, you're fairly new to the YMCA, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fairly new. But there's an exciting project that you've been involved with and busy with. Can you tell us a little bit more about that project?
Okay. It's a shoe drive project that the organization has come up to do for this year, and possibly for the the coming years. So the concept behind why we're doing this project is because we saw the need in those kids that are coming from disadvantaged backgrounds, and the ones that their parents lost their jobs due to COVID-19. So now we want to be a helping hand to those kids. And so the thing is, we're trying to raise funds into buying this number of shoes, where we're going to work with certain schools around NMB, and we're going to distribute them to those kids that are underprivileged. So we haven't really got the names down yet on which schools we're going to work with, but we're looking to take it off the ground by February, probably, if everything goes according to what we're planning. So yes, as you have heard, that the organization, actually, as you know, showing that the organization is all about transforming lives. It's about having impact in the young ones and the youth that is out there. So we want to help in every way we can in bettering the lives of the youth that we have. And I personally know that it's a struggle growing, especially from the locations. So we wanna help those who are not privileged by, because there's a gap between those who get the privilege of being taken to school and being brought back by their parents, and those who walk to school. So we want to give those kids dignity and pride into going to school, because some even drop out of school because they don't even have shoes or uniform. So that's why we want to do this project, and we're calling out to people out there who would like to help.
Awesome. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anybody out there that would like to support a worthy cause, feel free to get in touch. We'll give you the details of the YMCA a little bit later. I have another comment coming in here from Tumela, highly favored Matafeni. I hope I got that right. More blessings to you, Lerato, for the amazing work you are doing, and for young people and the society at large. That's well wishes from Tumela. Lerato, back to you again. So earlier on you mentioned that you are a Jesus freak. How's your life of faith been? Can you tell us a little bit about your life of faith?
Yeah, okay. Okay, what I can say is that before I got saved, I had this idea that maybe things will be smooth sailing from now on. But to my surprise, like, things even took I don't want to say a worse turn, but there's been ups and downs, challenges. Like, when you get saved, it's not a promise that it's going to be all smooth and sailing just because you are a child of God. I'm still a human. I live around other people. I still face challenges every day like other people. But I won't lie, I've seen God's grace and God's favor upon my life, because even through everything that I've went through, here I am still standing and praising Him and saying that He's the God above all gods. And I won't lie, but I can say that to young people out there, you'll be doing yourself a favor if you get saved, because you get saved from many things that you don't even know about them. So yes, that's what I
mentioned that. Yeah, back to Lerato. Now we want you to share the details with us of the YMCA. You said earlier on you guys are situated at number 70 Aubrey Street in Parkside in Port Elizabeth. That's based in the northern areas of Port Elizabeth.
Yes.
And then the creche?
The creche is at Njoli Road, KwaZulu. It's hard to miss it. It's just on the main road. You'll see the big YMCA signage. Okay,
awesome. And if there are any listeners out there that would like to support the YMCA, you mentioned earlier on that it's been quite tough in the pandemic because your main source of income was taken away, which is the case with a lot of organizations. And so it must have been challenging. But if there's somebody out there that is really willing to help and support or to give the support, how do they get hold of you?
You can, our landline is 041-456-3436, or you can email us on info@ymcanmb.co.za, or you can just drop us a message on our Facebook page, Nelson Mandela Bay YMCA.
Okay, awesome. So that's Nelson Mandela Bay YMCA on Facebook. Info at ymcanmb.co.za, and then the landline number 0414563436. Feel free to get in touch with Lerato or Leletu, and they will be there to assist you. So feel free to get in touch with them, and we will also post all those details on our Facebook page so that you can also get hold of it in that way. Lerato, it's been so exciting and so nice to have you here. But it is tradition. I think we'll start with Leletu. We don't leave or let you leave without sharing a message of hope and encouragement to the young people out there. Leletu first.
Okay. I'd like to say to young people out there, there's more to life than what may seem to be right now in your life. Know that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Just believe in yourself, and I know there are probably many things you're facing, challenges or obstacles, but don't give up. Keep pushing, believing in yourself, and I know you can make it. And what is important is for you to also believe in yourself and know that there are many opportunities out there that you can reach out to, as you have heard about this one, and there are others for like Harambi, as Sis Lerato also said, Siaya, Raymond Shaba. So guys, just reach out. I'm sure there's help for you for anything that you're going through or you're facing. Just don't give up, keep pushing and believing. Thank you.
And I'm sure Leleto, you won't mind me saying this, but if there's anybody that listening that feels that they need a little bit of help or guidance in the right direction, that they can get in contact with you at the YMCA as well. Like we said earlier on, they are situated at number 70 Aubrey Street, Parkside, Port Elizabeth. We're also going to put in the comment section on Facebook, we'll put all the details right now so that you guys can also maybe screenshot it and get hold of the details there. So now, Lerato, thank you so much for coming, but we are not going to let you go. I mean, we've read through your bio, and I'm sure the listeners could also see on Facebook your bio is full. And there's so much inspiration that we take away from you, you know, from the courage that you've had and the perseverance that you've really persevered through all these challenges, making your way all the way from Pretoria down to PE, being an entrepreneur, now moving into the MPO space. What message of encouragement do you have for anybody out there listening?
Especially the young people, and I think this will also relate to anyone, even older people, that we should not die in our little corners. There's always people out there to listen.
Yeah.
There's always people out there to hear you out and to be a helping hand. And like I say, that a random act of kindness goes a long way. So we should not give up. I know these are the tough times, and you know, people are losing their jobs. Young people are becoming despondent of being employed. We're losing our loved ones. But you know, we should keep in faith and keep moving on. At the end of the day, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I would just like to, you know, leave with everyone with a quote from the gentleman who said, Monroe, the picture we have of ourselves will always determine how we respond to life.
Wow.
So wherever that you are, you should not stay there.
Yes.
If you fall, stand up, pick yourself up. If you can't run, then crawl. If you can't crawl, walk. At the end of the day, you will get to where you want to go. You will get to your destination. You will reach your goal.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how long it takes you. Sometimes as human beings we like, and I think it's societal pressure where, you know, they tell you at this age you must be here, at this age you must be here. But for me, it really doesn't matter. If you reach your goal at age 50, you've made it. It is okay. That was your time. If you reach it at 20, that was your time. But we should not judge people and expect them to live according to our expectations when they can do that on their own, because it puts a lot of pressure, especially on young people, you know, comparing each other, and you see a whole lot of them killing each other, or committing suicide because there's so much comparison, there's so much competition. But I think life will be dull if we are all on the same level. We look at life as a circle. If it's bright on the one side, it is dark on the other side, and then it turns again. Those who are in the dark, then light comes, and then it goes like that. That's life. So if you are going through a bad time as a young person or an adult or anyone, just know that there will be light someday. And you are not going to stay there. It's just temporary, and we all get through.
Brilliant. Like I said earlier on, hair-raising moments. I've literally, in Afrikaans they say wondervleis. I literally have wondervleis. But Lerato and Lerato, thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for what you guys are doing at the YMCA. It is amazing work, and I think a lot of the times people miss the opportunity to give you guys the recognition for what you are actually doing, the resilience that you show, the impact that you are making in the lives of young people and everybody in the community. Everybody benefits from the work that you do. So we are really, really proud to have had you here today. Thank you for what you are doing. We will share your details on our Facebook page, and then you can also share this live to your Facebook page, and people can get in touch with you and get involved with the YMCA. I can tell you from personal experience, you will never find another organization like the YMCA. It's a brilliant organization. So get involved, do your thing, and once more, thank you, Lerato, thank you, Lerato, thank you for coming by and stopping by and checking in. And to the listeners out there, we'll leave you with a little bit of music as we say goodbye to Lerato and Lerato.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.